Building owners and managers, did you know that the National Elevator Code requires that you test the Emergency Firefighter Operation feature of your elevator on a monthly basis? Let's talk about that. Hi, I'm Mike Simmons with TK Elevator, and I'm here today to talk to you about the Firefighters Emergency Operation feature of your elevator. Now, while this may be the most complex safety feature of your elevator, don't worry, because I'm going to show you everything you'll need to do to fulfill your monthly testing requirements. The purpose of your monthly testing is to essentially simulate what is going to happen to your elevator if smoke or a fire is detected in the building. What we're going to do is two different stages. We're going to put the elevator into phase 1, and then we're also going to test the elevator on phase 2. The first thing that you're going to want to do is locate where your Firefighters Emergency Operation key switch is located. The easiest way to do this is to look to the stars. Every elevator has what's known as a braille. This particular elevator, we're on floor 1. What I want to point out is that floor 1 has the star next to it. The star means that this is the main egress floor, or this is the quickest way for the elevator to get everyone out of the building in case of a fire. Now that you've located your main egress floor, you should be able to find your Firefighters Service Operation key switch somewhere in the lobby. Right here on this elevator, you can see this is your call button that you would use to call the elevator down to the floor. Right above that is your Firefighters Operation key switch. It's normally going to have a red placard here and then a red ringed key switch. Here is a close-up view of your key switch. When your elevator was turned over after its first inspection, you should have received a set of keys. More than likely, you received 3 sets of keys. One of the keys that you should have received is a barrel-style key that looks like this. This particular key for my location is an FEOK1 key. This is your Firefighters Service Operation key. Now I'm going to place the elevator into phase 1 fire service. This is going to simulate that a smoke detector somewhere in the building has gone off. To do this, the first thing that you want to do is call the elevator to the lobby. Now that I'm in the elevator, I'm going to want to send it away to a different floor than the one that I'm on. If you remember, the star means we're at the main egress floor. Right here on floor 1, you can see the star. What I'm going to do is send the elevator to floor 3, and then before the doors close, I'm going to quickly exit the elevator and allow it to go to floor 3. Now that the elevator is traveling to floor 3, I'm going to take the Firefighter's Operation key and turn it clockwise to the on position. What that should do is immediately stop the elevator and send it back down to the main egress floor. At that time, the elevator doors will open and the elevator will shut down so that no one else can use the elevator while there's a fire in the building. Let's test it to make sure that it works. So I've turned the key to the on position. The first thing that I notice is I can hear inside the hoistway or the shaft an audible tone that the elevator is coming down. The other thing that you'll notice is that the firefighter's hat jewel also turned on. So shortly, the elevator should be down to the floor that I'm on, and the doors should open and the elevator should lock out. So as you can see, the elevator has returned to the main egress floor. The doors are open, so now we want to check and make sure that no one is able to use the elevator at this time. I'll press the call button. As you can see, that did not light up. Next, I'm going to go inside the car and test a few functions of the car. The next feature that we're going to test is the door close button. I'm going to press the door close button and make sure that it is not functioning. As you can see, the doors are remaining open. The next thing I'm going to do is try to ride the car up to, let's say, floor 3. As you can see, I'm pressing floor 3, the button is not illuminating and the car is not responding. Essentially, the elevator is shut down for use to the public. We've now successfully tested all of the Phase 1 features of the elevator. Now we'll go into the testing of the Phase 2 features. To do this, we're going to need to go inside the elevator, but before you go, make sure you grab your firefighter's key from the lobby. Now I'm inside the elevator, and the elevator is on Phase 1 fire service. Now I'm going to test Phase 2 fire service. Phase 2 is essentially the firefighter's operation of the elevator. So this is not something the public would typically do. This would be done by an emergency service personnel. Using the same firefighter key that we used in the lobby, we're going to open up the firefighter's operation door in your control panel. Now that the firefighter's operation door is open, you'll want to confirm that there are directions on the inside of the door. And you'll also notice that the firefighter's hat is illuminated, indicating that the elevator is in Phase 1. Now you simply place the key switch into the on position. Now that we've turned the key to the on position, the elevator is now in Phase 2 fire service. The first thing that we're going to do is test the door close button. Now you're going to have to hold the close button until the elevator's doors come completely closed. If you let off, such as I just did, you'll see the door comes right back open. Now that the doors are closed, we're going to want to take the elevator up to a different floor. So let's go to floor 2. As you can see, the light has illuminated. I can feel that the elevator is moving. I can now feel that the elevator has arrived on floor 2. What you'll notice is that the door has remained closed. This is intentional. The last thing that you want as a firefighter in a burning building is to have the elevator go up to level 12, lingerie and sporting goods, and then the door automatically opens and your face gets melted off because there's a fire on the other side. In order to open the door, you have to manually depress the open button. What you'll notice, if I let go of the button, the door automatically closes. This allows the firefighter to take a peek in the lobby to make sure that it's safe before he completely opens the door. Now we're going to depress the door open button until the door completely opens. Once it is open, we'll let go of the button and the elevator should remain open at this point. Now we have essentially tested the Phase 2 fire operation of the elevator. Now we're going to put the elevator back into Phase 1. We're going to do this by turning the key switch to the off position. At that point, you should hear an audible tone. The elevator will return to the main egress floor, in this case, floor 1. The doors will open and the elevator will once again lock out. The elevator has returned to floor 1 and the door did open. So at this time, you can remove your key from the key switch and you can shut your panel door. We've completed the Phase 1 and Phase 2 fire service testing of the elevator. The last thing that we need to do is place it back into normal service. You're going to take your firefighter key, put it back into the key switch in the lobby. You're going to turn it counterclockwise to the bypass or the reset setting. You're going to allow it to sit there momentarily and then turn it to the off position. As you'll see, the door is closing on the elevator. The last thing I'm going to do is place a call to the elevator and make sure that it functions normally. As you can see, the light has illuminated, the doors have opened, and now the elevator is functioning as normal. Congratulations, you've just completed your monthly Firefighters Emergency Operation test of your elevator. The last thing that you're going to want to do is make sure you keep a log of these tests. You make sure that it has the date, any deficiencies that were noticed, and the signature of the person completing the test. If you have any deficiencies whatsoever, please immediately call your elevator company and have them come out to address those issues. You want to make sure that this important safety feature is always functioning on your elevator. People's lives depend on it. One final note. If your elevator ever goes into Phase 1 fire service because of a legitimate smoke detector or fire in the building, you should never, ever, ever place your elevator back into service without consulting with the firefighter or emergency personnel. That concludes my video on the Firefighters Emergency Operation feature of your elevator. I hope that you found it interesting. If you liked the video, I hope that you would like or subscribe or send me a connection request on LinkedIn. Until next time, stay elevated.